Welcome to the Dance to Heal podcast. I'm your host, Jenny C. Cohen. Join me as I share stories of how life is a dance. I'm a cancer survivor, mother of two, and an award-winning performer who found that mind and body connected movement is vital to healing in a way that is safe and tailored to your life. I created Dance to Heal Wellness featuring the Spotlight Confidence Formula and also authored the best-selling award-winning book, Outside In Recovery, Dancing My Way Back to Myself After Breast Cancer. I will bring new ways to help you on your dance journey and healing path. Are you ready to move? Dance to Heal starts now. Welcome to this week's Dance to Heal podcast. On the agenda is talking about what I really think everyone needs to know as they finish up their cancer treatment. Here's the thing. You're never really quite done with it, okay? Really. And there are things that I wish I had been told when I was done or nearing the end of my treatment. So to refresh, what did my cancer treatment for my breast cancer entail? I was seen by oncologists located in New Jersey at the time. It was a New Jersey branch of Memorial Sloan. Back in 2014, they had launched a short while ago a protocol where they did chemotherapy first for my type of breast cancer, which was triple positive. And what they also did, my chemotherapy started end of July, 16 cycles. And in October, they began another type of infusion through my port. If you're looking at the YouTube, I'm showing you the scar where my port was. They inserted something under my skin so that they didn't have start an IV line in my arms, because none of those spots were allowing the setup of an IV after session 3, I think. So they did the port. And through there, they started these infusions. They called them infusions. It was really interesting because even when they did the infusions after the chemo was done, that went on for a year. I started those October and they finished October of 2015. Every 3 weeks, I had these infusions for my type of cancer. They said it wasn't chemo. However, the nurses still gowned up exactly the same way. All right, they still gowned up the same way as when they gave me my chemo. And you're like, what do you mean? What did they do? If they were just setting up a regular liquid IV where they were putting in the anti-nausea medication, they just wore their regular nursing clothes. When they were starting the chemotherapy, before they went to pick up the medication from the pharmacy place or it was dropped off, they would come towards me with already an additional few gowns on and a face mask, and they would, I think at the time, they would triple glove their hands in case they punctured themselves by accident. And they did the same type of gowning up procedure when they did the infusions. Either way, that was my treatment. And when that was all done, I was already medically induced menopause. So my period did not come the entire time for that treatment. And when you go into menopause, that means that your body is not going through the regular cycles. All right. On top of that, they put me on tamoxifen, which is just another way of regulating something else that I was positively causing my cancer. Right. And the bottom line is that it messes with your hormones. And hormones, they're now directly correlating to health of your brain, your organs, your bones. If you did not have any history of anything like osteoporosis or even urinary tract infections, those are actually things you are now prone to. Let me explain without getting technical, because technically you can look these up and also question your doctors. Right? For me, because, and this is real talk moment, folks. This is really important that no one talks about. And it's important. When I was going into menopause, that meant that my body wasn't going through regular cycles. And while I really appreciated not using or having the need of monthly period supplies, I didn't realize that ultimately it was going to affect the health of my body. For lack of better words, my hoo-ha. Yeah? So undergoing changes when you're going through menopause, which can lead to a propensity towards urinary tract infections. Urinary tract infections, when you first catch them, they're pretty benign. However, to have them a lot or not to realize you're having them can lead to health complications. No one told me that, right? I was rear-ended in a car accident. And because I had osteoporosis, which is decreased bone density in my back and neck from having been in early menopause, I ended up with whiplash and an SI injury that if I had not undergone the chemotherapy and that had decimated the integrity of my body, I would have, the doctors were saying that it was greatly affected by that. So I couldn't bounce back and I had to go through more complicated therapies to help with that. So I'm really explaining to you that it does affect everything. I ended up with neuropathies in my hands and feet, which means basically, so real talk, right? You're undergoing, especially if you've gone through chemotherapy. Chemo, they haven't figured out a way to just target the cancer. It goes throughout your body. Sometimes it will go into your extremities in such a way you have nerve damage. So I'm holding up a mug now. I would think I was holding a mug and not hold tight enough. It would slip through my hands. I broke many a favorite mug in this way. If you have neuropathies in your feet, it would feel as if even after the chemo was done and I was going through radiation, even then, either my feet below the knees and sometimes above the knees would feel wooden. The swelling would increase more if I got tired quicker than it was before. And numbness. It felt as if I had 6 pairs of woolen socks all wrinkled at the same time on. That's how uncomfortable it can feel. What does that mean? When you're walking down the street, if you don't have integrity or awareness of your legs, you're more prone to slipping and falling. There were often times I went to this amazing dance teacher event and I wasn't paying attention and I stepped on a shoelace that had come undone and I fell really badly because I couldn't catch my balance quick enough. That's another thing that I have noticed too, even now. Now I will say that my oncologists were saying this damage is irreparable. And I would still say, no, I feel it coming back. And in real truth, some of it does become a compensatory way of dealing with the decreased sensation. And some of it does come back, I think. At least I've convinced myself of that, right? Another thing you want to be aware of, I'm going to come in close so you hear me. You've got to build and rest. You have to build and rest. You have to. Your body is recovering and intuitively healing itself. It is trying to replenish all the drained surpluses that you had to use in your fight against the cancer during your treatment. Right? Your body is reeling from it. Are you resting? If anyone tells you you can't rest, I give you permission right now to tell them to go take a hike. Real talk. How you see me now, I'm going to take my hair down with all this hair, right? This is because I've been taking care of myself and building up my energy level so that my hair can look like this. My skin can look like this. There's a filter on right now on my Zoom. However, and I have some light makeup on, right? I had to focus though on my health and replenishment. My platform is the outside in, meaning even something as simple as putting in therapeutic massages. Be really careful. If you've had any type of lymph node dissection in your armpits, you need to work with someone that's not going to yank and pull on that arm, because you might have a when I was first recovering that first year, I would go to unqualified massage therapists that would hurt me, and then this arm would swell up. You have to be aware of that. You want to be aware of your immune system being compromised. I did speak about the things that we use now, the air tamers and the air filters that we use. You still want to be aware of the need for that, because your immune system is now compromised. Even something as simple as skin products, you want to take care of that. How much are you hydrating? I'm going to show you my sippy cup that I got. We do subscriptions for the cat lady. You can tell I'm showing the audience how blurred the whole front of my thing is, of my sippy cup. It's all like gone now from being washed so many times. In here, I drink always at least one of these with a pack of sugar-free. Sugar-free. You don't want more sugar in your system anymore. Sugar-free liquid IV. I drink one of these per day. I also get the liquid IV. I'm sorry, not liquid IV, the sugar-free powder packets of the Pedialyte. The sugar-free packets, because the sugar-free bottles were costing too much money, so we got the sugar-free packets, and I'll do a packet in a bigger bottle, like twice the size of water a day. I now put, as part of my regimen for bedtime, I take magnesium glycinate pills to regulate my system. All right. What are you doing, though, to compute what you need? Are you doing that? You need to do that. Anytime you're recovering from an extreme situation similar to cancer, you want to be taking the time. What does my body need? Are you getting enough sleep? Restful sleep, meaning going to bed at a regular time instead of going to bed at 3 and then trying to catch the 8 hours, right? Few of us have that time. This is a truth moment. What are you doing to give your body a chance to recover? All right? I also want to take this time to invite you to the Sweet Life Retreat next week. This is the time, this is the call to action for you. We'll put in the link for registration. It's not free. Why? Why? Because if you pay for it, you'll show up. Okay? Every separate day of the retreat, different speakers will unlock for you to access their talk and interview with me. Why? Because we forget. We forget to do things like this for yourself. If you've gone through any type of cancer treatment or life treatment or extreme thing, your well is empty. Not only is your well empty, your essence is empty. There's cracks at the bottom of that well. What are you doing to shore up the well before you fill it? Right? There are these cool memes now about how like you're filled with dirty water, and like every generation you clean it out. And listen, there's not even any water. Your container has holes in it. What are you doing to shore up that container before you replenish yourself? Sweet Life Retreat is to help you do that. We're going to look at all these different areas of life, use of community, faith, people that I intimately have either worked with, people I look up to, ways for you to start looking at your life for your sweet life. What are you doing for your sweet life? All right. I think you get the gist of it. Outside in, take care of your whole body. Outside in, and then what are you doing now to relook at your life, because you have a second chance. Okay, I wrote a book. I'm going to show you the book cover right here. Outside in Recovery. Look, that's me. My very first photo shoot. Okay, dancing my way back to myself after breast cancer. Outside in Recovery. The book talks about different things that you need to be looking at. We all went through a big T, folks. We went through the pandemic. I invite you to come back to your body. This course is going to launch with this book soon. You can just get the book. It's fine. Get the book and start reading it. Reach out to me if you have any questions about that. All right. It's been so wonderful. Thank you so much for coming here. We'll see you next time. Thanks for listening to the Dance to Heal podcast with Jenny C. Cohen. Come back next time to hear stories of inspiring triumph and learn more ways that you can heal yourself. To work with me and continue your journey, visit danceandheal.com. Are you ready to move?